Man Rahim here, the Watchman. Future news. Future news, brothers and sisters. It was brought to my attention that I was defeating my own purpose yesterday because I'm giving the graphics explaining the timeline, and I'm covering up the text. Didn't realize that, like I said, I probably need a system or something, right? Anyway, so I'm going to do a redux on it, right? And I'll cover a couple of things, and that's pretty much it. Because actually, we can almost just sit back and watch YouTube. Because people are getting nervous. Everything is unfolding exactly like I've been telling people. Mhm. And now, I'm not taking all the credit because the angel, I had to unlock it because the information is there. It's surprising because all the information has been there for 2,000 years. It's like, you're sitting around here, you're destitute, right? You're homeless, right? And you got this old painting and you don't realize it's a masterpiece worth about $5 million. And my daddy left that with me, man. You don't realize it's worth all that. You sit around here, man, digging out of garbage cans and things. And our people are something like that. Because it said you're rich. It said you're going to leave out here with great substance. They wouldn't say it, you're rich. So why aren't you rich? You're rich, so why aren't you rich? That's a crazy question, isn't it? You're rich, why aren't you rich? Let me repeat that again. Think about that in a minute. You're rich, so why aren't you rich? Let that roll around your brain for a while. Because that's what it's saying. You leave out here with great, if you leave out here with grace, that means you had to have it while you're here. And that speaks to what I'm talking about, quality. Because you're sitting around smelling, on your shit farm smelling shit all day long, right? $1 million worth shit, that's not happy. It's worth $1 million, but nobody will buy it from you. And that's the only thing you can buy with your $1 million. And you don't understand how, you have to understand how advanced consequence works. See, because consequences, well, I was going to say something, but I better watch out. Consequences is something else, brothers and sisters. It's the most fundamental force. Nobody can get away from it. And we are literally the personification of it. That's a powerful idea that you're going to come to grips with after a while. But, you got a home there, public housing, right? With 10 stories, right? And maybe 100 people living there, right? So these are 100 bathrooms in there, 100 tubs, 100, right? And you live in there. Now, from a consequence point of view, I'm sure I'm not getting any situation here. From the consequence point of view, you understand? You live in a mansion, right? And you got all your friends and everything with you. You might not see it that way, but that's not what you want because they control the quality of it. So they put all you together and, right, and everybody separate, and you don't want to live in here, but from consequence point of view, if you got $1 million shit farm, it's like I got $1 million gold farm, that's equal. Both of them worth $1 million. Consequence through with it. Consequence doesn't deal with quality like it deals mostly with quantity. There may be some quality aspects of it. It depends on how you apply the quality. Like when it comes to, that artificial pressure. I shouldn't call it artificial because it's real pressure. Impose pressure, I call it like that. See? Because, like I said, if they take your food away, you need food. So you're the same pressure about it. Now you're additional, you're on quality pressure. Because now you'll be fighting with each other for resources. And say keep our neighborhoods and everything else fight. That's beyond the demons. The demons, they're part of that too, but I'm saying, right? Because what happened is you can have the best family in the world. Everybody love each other. Right? They live on an island. All of a sudden the food runs out. They start fighting each other for food because that's what's going to happen. That's it. It could be your own children here in a minute. So that's like impose. I don't know if that's a good name for it, but anyway, right now for nothing. And they're imposing that pressure on us. See? But make sure we don't have enough of food. So we get information, we get energy some other kind of way, but we still need food. So, well, you got $1 million, man. Yeah, but shit, I don't want that. Well, I'm gonna give you, we're gonna give y'all 2 or 3 flat screen TVs. Yeah, we ain't got no food. You see? You need the food. You're gonna understand that in a minute, brothers and sisters. See? And breaking news right there. See, you gotta put these things together. It's already started in Britain. They're already attacking black people there. They're already attacking black people there. All of a sudden, they start attacking black people. I said it's going to happen, but I said it's going to happen as a result of, right? False Israel. So we already see, I said, we smoke this fire. So we already see, if they're doing it now, which they'll be doing when that happens. They're attacking black folks now. They're just beating them up now. So it's like a precursor, like a warning to tell you what they're capable of doing. Because all of a sudden they were saying, man, we always trade, it's a melting pot, all that stuff, right? And now all of a sudden, it's like false Israel. We democracy, we all this stuff and everything. And now they're killing women and children. It's like flies or something. So somebody tell you, right, it's going to rain, right? Okay, then you see the dark clouds coming in, it's going to rain. And you can tell by how much it's going to rain. That's another way of looking at it. So right there, you see the dark clouds, because they're already attacking black people right now. So which they're going to be doing, we're not having them attacking. That's what's happening. It's really bad. They're attacking black folks left and right. Wow. So if they're doing it now, it's dark clouds. What you have when the clouds burst? And you're going to have similar things happening. I mean, look at the divisions that's happening here right now. They're getting worse. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to keep a cap on everything. So I'm gonna get to my main subject here, brothers and sisters. Right? And so, like, I told you, they shut me down. This ain't the first time it's done it, done in the past. But I know it's not YouTube just doing that. See? It's people that's been hurt. Because nobody was watching it. They look and say, oh, there's 5 people watching it. Why do they want to turn? That's all it is. Think about it. As you look at it and say, man, 5 people watching it, you say, okay, why mess with me long? They know there's a lot more. And it's bugging them. Stop tormenting. Do you believe what Scripture says? That means Pharaoh is being tormented, but he knew he was being tormented. What it tells you, it says, because he's been exposing them. It tells you right in there. It says, because he's been saying, y'all demons, you need to get out of town. So it gives you an explanation. So he knows he's being tormented. You know where it's coming from. So who wants to be tormented? You got 2 things. You're going to sit right there. You're going to try to get rid of it. Because I told you they're in trouble over there. It doesn't say once the war breaks out, all of a sudden they're going to get a great light. But it didn't say at that point they're going to turn against Farrakhan. I said turn against it before that. It says when Joshua came and sounded the war, right? When Moses, they was already with this was over there, but they was already against Farrakhan. Think about it. Read the backstory. If they said those with the Lord, that means they wasn't with Farrakhan, but they was just there. So already turned against them, and so he's eating all this stuff. That's why he's saying, stop listening to that stuff, internet stuff. Why would he tell you that if you wasn't listening to it? And they saying things that makes, but you gotta listen to Farrakhan. I mean, isn't that what he said? He said they're saying stuff to sound something to that effect. I told you, your brain calculates. One of the problems we got to get through is that screening effect. Because that's what devils did. He says, okay, yeah, that's their filter. Just don't listen to anybody that don't listen to Muslims. So that's that filter. So in other words, you don't let that information come in. When you break that filter down, okay, and that filter can be totally destroyed in a minute. Because they're still blocking information coming in. Oh no, man, no, this and this and that. So the filter, we're breaking through the filter because obviously they wasn't with Farrakhan, so the filter's being broken through. I told you, right there, they're in a rebellion over there right now. Just listen to what they be saying. That's their concentration every week. Listen to Farrakhan, listen to Farrakhan. Remember, they wasn't doing that 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Oh, it's done. Listen to Farrakhan, listen to Farrakhan, listen to Farrakhan. Because people ain't listening. So you can be the scripts or not. I tell you, every time you go in, it gives you a little more information. Like I replayed a presentation I did a while back about abomination back in 2021. And it was a whole bunch of them I did. That was just one of them. And it's a lot of them, so I'm going to try to do 2 or 3 a day, right? But the time's run out. But some of them actually say, in 2021, I said it wouldn't be in September. People have been around. No, I said it would not be in September. Sometime between October and November. See, the one I did yesterday when I played that one because it had a different take to it. Because it says, I shouldn't be getting this response. I want to get to my main point. It says that when you see abomination of desolation, stand in a place where it should not be. So that's a different perspective of looking at abomination of desolation. See, because I've been looking at it as, because it talks about abomination of desolation, it talks about 2 ways. So look at it. See, you got to pay attention to these things. I'm going to show that in a minute. So 2 ways. The abomination of desolation, that's going on right now. It also calls, right? False is the abomination that causes desolation. It's spoken about 2 ways. And then abomination, because it says standing in a place that should not be. Standing, that means some people. And they shouldn't be there. See, that's another perspective, right? Because I mentioned, who is somebody that shouldn't be there? That's them. They're an abomination that shouldn't be there. See? So, and I'm going to put that whole piece, because like I said, a lot more details actually says that, because remember this is 2021. And actually I got tapes going back further than that. But they thought they got rid of it, but it doesn't really matter because time has run out. I backed up, I always record all the videos I do live, so I have a copy of all of them. I think I might have missed 1 or 2, I can fact them it. I got them. Okay. And they cancel this one, right? I got a couple others. So that shows now YouTube is doing it. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, the angel. And let me deal with this right now because I keep forgetting. Other one screen, the screen I'm looking at doesn't have me in it, so I don't see it. Then You know, because I don't, you see me, because it ain't about me, brothers and sisters. You tell me it's not about me. I'm not taking credit for it. I told you up front, I didn't even want to do this. Not that I'm afraid to do it. Couldn't do it. I just want to be a helper. I don't want to be out front leading it. Right? I never considered myself a leader, even though when I grew up, everybody told me, you should be a leader. They said I had leadership qualities even when I was military. I don't want to do that. I got to tell people what to do because that's their idea of leadership. Now, I don't mind leading by example, but their idea of leadership is, and I don't want to do that. And I refuse to do it. I'm not going to do it when we get home. If I tell you what to do, then you're just lost. You're going to be lost. I don't tell my heart what to do. I don't tell my lungs what to do. They didn't know what to do. If I start telling what to do, man, we'll be dead in a minute. Hey, heart, you got to start being okay. That's the devil's way. Okay? And then from the way it's set up, leadership, right? You got to take responsibility for everybody. I don't want all that weight on me. He said he'd bleed, he'd be sweating blood in the agony. You have no idea. There's no way I can explain to you what it takes to do this. See? And the other thing is that, and I've been told this before, so the people ain't going to believe you because it's like, you wear it well. What do you mean by wear it well is act like it's an easy thing. Man, look at you, you wear it well. You don't look like you ain't crying, you ain't bent over, right? You ain't in a wheelchair, you ain't with a cane, man. You go to the gym, you good shape and everything else, man, you wear it well. You see? So they have no idea, so they can't connect that with the pressure. It's like, you carry 1,000 pounds in your back, right? And it weighs 1,000 pounds, but right? Somehow you make it look like it's easy. For them, from their point of view, because the only way they can tell is 1,000 pounds, you react to that 1,000 pounds. See what I'm saying? If you don't react to it, they figure, well, man, it must not be anything. If you've been over there, well, yeah, oh man, it must be heavy. Because that's where people, relate to things. Anyway, it's too late. It says, this angel of the gospel will preach in all the world. And then the end will come. So they can block Facebook, they can block YouTube, like all that. This will happen. And I get some idea how it happens. Because I told you, Suleiman comes, there's NOI and Suleiman put together like that because they come to get him, right? But they come together just before they attack. So he gets information out there, flee, tell them everything else, right? Just before they attack, right? See? So it says, so if that happens like that, that means the Pharaoh has to be cast down. Violently, and all people, that'd be shock. And I mean, all the news media will be on top of that one. Farrakhan just got kicked out, man. Some guy would call himself Suleiman, and all, you got 10,000 people. And, it's going to be, it should tell you that. It says, Ancient of Days, man, said 10,000 times 10,000. That's going to be big news. And in the world internet, that's going to be big news. See? And so that drew attention to Suleiman, because everyone would say, what are you doing? Who are you? Well, how did it happen? So then he speaks. So I just get some idea how that could happen along those lines. See? What's going to happen? It's going to happen in a few more days. Because I don't know if I stuck my neck out there, but that's the devil's term. But I'm just This ain't it, brothers and sisters. I don't know what it is. Right? And that the world is on the edge right now. Because what will Iran do? And we know what Iran is going to do. When they go in, they know, like I said, if you smite the king, you better kill him. They said, don't smite the king, you don't kill him, because you smite him, you make him mad. Then he come at you with full force. They know if they attack Iran, they gotta take Iran down. So America ain't got nothing to defend. Because they don't, right? America's coming in with everything. They come in full blast, but the child is dead already. What's the point? I gotta save my child. What child is dead? Okay. They know they gotta come. That's why it says we're coming like a whirlwind. They know when they come in, right, they gotta come in fast and hot and hard. That's what Scripture says is gonna happen. And they already said they don't give a damn. They don't give a goddamn. That's what he said. They don't give a goddamn whether start World War I. They mad. What is it? Don't mess with the Hulk. Don't get them angry. You never seen Iran talk like this. They've been cool, man, laid back there. Man. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, you want to play that game, huh? No, we the ones that invented chess, And they lay back. Okay. You punch it, okay. But now, we're going to kick your ass. In fact, the top general says, we're going to annihilate. That means you're going to wipe them out. You know what? The Persians, they used to be all black. Everybody done got light. They're angry. And Hezbollah is too. Hezbollah already beat false Israel by 2006, I think it was. And the Houthis. They all coming. It's like a whirlwind. Yeah, Captain, ain't they now? Everybody's on edge. America sends troops over there, ships. And for those of you who are maybe on board with some of this knowledge, it don't mean anything because it's about pressure and pressure increasing. And there's nothing you can do. The fire's under the pot. Unless you turn that fire down, that water's going to boil. And they can't turn the fire down because the fire is not coming. They don't have control of it. I tell you, momentum is in the heavens and earth. So now I told you, it's been percolating the earth, right? And so now we're starting to feel it. And you see the world's getting hotter and hotter. You never seen your whole lifetime, none of you, as hot as it is right now. Even in the 60s, Kennedy was threatening Soviet Union with nuclear war. Nothing as tense as this. Never seen. The past at the boiling point. It's reached the boiling point. And Iran know if you smite the king, you got to kill the king. They know they can't. And that's what they're promising to do. And we know that Master Muhammad's going to be with them. They communicate with him yet? We don't know if he's communicated with them yet because there is Iron Rod. So maybe it's because they will be together, so maybe he's communicating with him. Maybe that's why they talk when they're talking. They're going to be together. Michael and his angels. They say Michael's angels, Michael and his angels. So, let me say something. This is going to be kind of, well, I don't know, it's going to be a little high level, brothers sisters. Maybe it's not, maybe it is. Maybe that depends on your understanding or your grasp on things. Okay, say for instance you want to go to the second floor, right? Don't you have to go to the first floor? You have to go to the first floor to get the second floor. But some of you don't want to let go of the first floor because the second floor, you say, I don't know what's up there. It's higher, but you don't know what's up there. I don't know what's up there, man. because that's unknown. But when the flood is coming, you want to get on that first floor. But you're nervous about getting on the first floor because you're familiar with the first floor. But even though there's a flood coming, maybe the flood is already on the way, there. But you're afraid to go to the second floor, like it says. Allah will lift you up and you cling to the earth. So he lifts you up to the second floor, but you cling to the first floor because you're familiar with the first floor. You're familiar with it. But you don't know anything about the second floor. And when you get up there, you have to, there's nothing up there that you have to make. Right? You the ones have to make the second floor where it is. You got to be the creator. See, because you created what's on the first floor. I mean, you had the material and you made it. You took the material you had, you made it. Sofas and TV, whatever. And now you get upset, you have material, but now you got to do the same thing up there. You don't know what material and everything you're going to have, but you understand the point? So another way of looking at it is like, here you got a reality, right? But you want to bring in a new reality. But then you got to let go of this reality, don't you? You can't have on both. And some of you don't want to hold on to this, want to let go of this reality. Oh man, I got a house, I got cars, I got my lady, I got my guy. Right? Party, I got some money in the bank. Especially so rich folks, especially like the demons. Well, why would they want to let marry? Like so Oprah, she got what, $1 billion? If she could leave here, that $1 billion don't go with her. She's as poor as everybody else. You think she gonna be interested in somebody? She want to hear anything about we leaving here? You think she want to hear that? Think Denzel want to hear that? Any of them? The clowns? No. You think they want to hear that? No. Because I said, your heaven is where your heart is. I think that says something like that, whatever that point is, right? Because they ain't going to let this go because this is where their power is. Because they ain't got no more than you got. They're nothing. Maybe less. Maybe less, because now they go there, right? And now, maybe, you're the king and they're the serf or whatever. You got to understand from their thinking. They ain't letting this go, man. I'm going to be here. Look how powerful I got this, I got that, I got a mansion. You understand? That's like the gravitational vortex. If you push my building, you can't escape the gravitational vortex. You can't escape it. Somebody got to push you out of it. Who's going to take time to do that? Because they may not have enough energy to push you out and get themselves out there. They push you out, but then they end up falling back in. Maybe it's all energy to push you out. You better start thinking these things through, brothers and sisters. See? But another way to look at this, well, okay. This has been happening to me lately. It's been distressing. I want to keep. I can't even tell you, but I got some words. I got to be careful because my language has been really getting tight lately. I mean, I've been, I don't go out using that language normally. But lately, man, I've been like, right? Because all these strange things that's happening in my life. I mean, I can tell you some stuff. How did that happen? This happened. I mean, all this stuff, that's accidents. But I understand it. And so if you can understand this point, because it may be happening to you too, and you don't understand it. Because this reality, remember, we have quality control. We have so much control of this reality. So we control in the cell phone, we control our computer. Do you understand? That's part of, the devils have control of us. This is how much control we have over the things that he allows us to have control over. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? We have control over, if we obey him, do work on his job, that kind of stuff, right? We have control of a car, we have control of a computer, we have control of a cell phone, right? Those things he allows us to have control over. So he's still, because those are his objects, really. Right? So he still controls reality. As long as we obey him, then he'll give us some control over that reality. It's like a child, right? Okay, you get parents. They don't control the parents. The parents say, okay, you can do this, you can do that, you can do that, right? Parents tell them what you cannot do. That's how much control you can have. That's what the parents say, you can have control of that, you can have control of that TV there, control of this. But they have ultimate control over the whole situation. You understand? So the thing is that if you bring new reality, you got to lose control over this reality. See? So when you lose control of this item, so you lose control of your computer. You lose control of your server. Another way of looking at it is they don't work no more. And that's where they're kicking my butt. See, because things start working. I mean, at first you're not, it's just out of nowhere. And, I'm getting off, and, I don't get emotional, I don't get really angry, and I was, man, I told her about this to happen, and my wife said, man, wow, that stopped working, this and that, and all this stuff ain't working anymore. See? And you think it's bad luck. It ain't bad luck. It's because you move into a new reality. Your brain controls something else. You can't get to go to the second floor. You got to lose control of the first floor. So I don't know if that's a little wisdom that maybe you experiencing or picking up on. It's painful. Move to that second floor. But if you're still on the first floor, you're going to drown because the flood is coming. And it's going to cover the first floor. And that's one of the things you have to go to transition, because they transition from one stage to another. You have to let go of the stage you're on, and now you're comfortable there. But now you got to lose that comfort to move to the next one. That's uncomfortable, but now you have more control. You move from your comfort zone to an uncomfort zone. That uncomfort zone gives you more control, so you can make. That's always going to be the case. That's what I'm talking about now, because it's stressful. And it's not going to be as stressful as we move into the future. But the point is, it's still going to be a phenomenon, because remember, we're going to constantly change it all the time. Move from one stage to another. That means you have to lose the previous stage. Those that can't, they're going to be lost. If they can't move to the next level, they're going to be lost. They're so comfortable in that level. The concept, they're going to be so comfortable in that level, they're going to say, oh, praise be to Allah. They're going to die in peace and happiness, because amen, it was so beautiful. And they just couldn't handle the next level. That's how here it's going to be. Only reason why you don't go to the next level, not like here. Because, man, the wife you got, she's so beautiful. Or the husband you got, he's so strong, so handsome. And your children. And you got this beautiful mansion. And you got all these things, right? And the food is, you can't stop eating. Everything's so beautiful. And they're going to come say, man, we got to move next level. Hey, man, I need to move. I got to move forward. This is beautiful. This is paradise. And that's something you're going to be going forever. In expansion, right? Bad news, because you'd actually go from the third floor to the second to the first. We got down to the basement now. But now you're moving up. And the transition, you got to let go of it. One way you can transition, you got to let go of the state you are right now. And I said, only one way to make it to the end. Because I said, man, it's just too great. As the Quran said, I'm finding that verse in the Bible says, this place is too straight for me. Oh, it's just too beautiful. I can't move. The food's just too bad. That's beautiful, but that means, you could die in peace and happiness and bliss. Ain't gonna be no pain, but you just can't. You blow a fuse, you just can't go any higher. It's just too beautiful. But right now, it's just stressful because we're still in this, we're still in a level of energy deprivation. And so, like I said, because I got to keep all the stuff in my head, brothers and sisters. And a lot of stuff I haven't talked to you about like this right now. See? I'm exposed to all kinds of stuff. This is a concept I never spoke to you about that you may be witnessing, right? And I never thought about it, I was aware of it. But in the last few days, man, it's been like, nothing worked. Everything keeps failing, And I said, it can't be accidents. I mean, stuff is crazy, I give one little small example. I got a tablet. I got a tablet now, kind of like this tablet. Right? I had it for quite some time. Do all kinds of stuff with it. Kind of expensive, right? And when I go to the gym, right, I take it out internet while I'm on the treadmill, right? I'm listening to YouTube or whatever. For the news, right? I've been on the treadmill at least an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. Right? And watching True News and all that kind of stuff, right? And so I put it in my gym bag, right? And I got some, I don't know if you can see this or not, something like this, right? That's a disinfectant, disinfectant of my treadmill, right? So I put that in my gym bag. Now I always check that, right? So the other morning, I shouldn't even say this because I shouldn't even say this, but I'm keeping it real. This is gonna make me look bad. I'm about to tell you. So I had made my mind about the decision about. I told these people about. I made my decision that I'm gonna go ahead and do my alternate plan. So those people that listen know what I'm talking about. I made my decision. So I get to the gym about half an hour early before it opens, right? And so I had planned to go ahead and express my decision on my tablet while I was waiting. So I pulled the tablet out of the bag, and what happened is that file just showed you somebody took the top off. Now I know that couldn't have happened like that. So how did it happen? Somebody took the top off. Now I know I always check that. So maybe I got Alzheimer's. So it spilled. Got all over the tablet. Now the tablet don't work no more. Boy, was I fit. I don't get upset. It's not easy to get me. I was bugged. I said, you know something? I said, maybe it's meant for me not just, maybe I should just go along and just forget about that and not say anything about what I was going to do, right? Maybe just wait another week or something. So man, as a side, I don't buy into that kind of, when you start going that voodoo stuff, oh man, maybe I shouldn't do this, and that's a bad sign. You don't want to go down that road, boss. I always resist that. Right? That's a bad sign, bad omen. Oh man, that with all that. So I was really, I said, man, that's a good tablet, it's an expensive one. And that was no good because the thing spilled in the bag. I said, how did that happen? So now my tablet's gone. I couldn't do it. I did it later on that day, right? So those of you that know what I'm talking about, right, you get angry at me. That's okay. I still love you, but my love for you is not going to get you through tribulation. That's a fact, right? See, I love all my people. But people say, yeah, man, because I don't come across that way. I love my wife. She knows it, but she don't know it. She don't know it. She knows it. She knows about how I treat her, The other night, she was coughing a little bit. And so she went to get, I said, well, you get up. Get some, you better lay back down. I went and got some water. Because I care for her. See? So she knows about my actions, but my persona, that's me. So that little thing that happened, I said, I was really, I was pissed off about it. And I said, oh man, my tablet, now I got to give me another tablet. I had another backup tablet, but it wouldn't work at the gym because it wouldn't pick up the Wi-Fi. I said, why all these things happen? That's just one thing. Multiply like 10 times. All these little things like what you call Chinese water torture, where they put you in a room and drop a water drip on you, drip. But they said it drive you crazy. Called Chinese water torture. I'm saying, man, every time I look at it, it's this little thing, and that didn't work. And also the TV went out. I had to, because we have a TV and my wife, we have several TVs. We have a flat screen in the bedroom because she liked those, what's that stuff on the YouTube, all that. Right? All of a sudden she said, hey, what's wrong? It wasn't working. All of a sudden, we had this. So I couldn't get it down. I looked at it, and it just wouldn't work. So had to rush to the store and got it on. So she got on to do her things. And all these little things just happen. I don't understand it, but I don't like it. You can understand something. You can understand fiber, you don't want to get burned. So I'm just telling you, brothers and sisters, right? And I expect a lot more of that because this whole reality, if you're moving out of it, it's not going to work for no more. Put it more in a mathematical way, right? Let's say I put it mathematical way. Okay, say for instance you're a magnet and you got this metals around that's attracting, right? And so they do, because you attract them, so they arrange like you want them to arrange because you're the magnet. You're controlling, how they're around you, around a circle or whatever, right? But you're controlling it. So you want to move to the next level, but then they're going to come apart. Because the only reason why they was in that structure, because you was controlling it. But they going the structure falls apart because your magnetism was caused it. And when you get into, I tell you, when you get to vectors and things like that, we start understanding because you have effect on the reality around you. Let me say it another way. The devil, that's why if you don't understand vectors, you're not understand what I'm trying to say to you, brothers and sisters. You have a force and they have a force. And so right now, you are the result of their force acting on your force. If they weren't around, then you would be you, because it'd be just your nature. Like I said, you see how people acting like they're acting now because there's a force opposed upon them. But if that force moved, then that shows that graphic where they turn back to where they were. So you had an effect on electronics and everything around you. You affect all of that. Because remember, we're all energy. So you affect all the energy things around you. So now if you're trying to change reality into something else, you're going to lose control of this reality. So you're going to lose control of these things around you. They start not working, start falling apart and everything else. You say, man, but if you want to keep them working, then you got to stay this reality. I don't know if you missed that point or not. And maybe you're experiencing that. You should be experiencing it. That's if you really move into a new reality, because you can lose control of this one. And the quality of that, the effect of that is that they don't work no more. It's not work, that don't work. Because it was for the better lack of word, your magnetism that was affecting it. I don't know if you get that or not, but anyway. So, and everything, I mean, I'm telling you, everything's just not working. I'm gonna give you one more example. My wife, I keep her a new car. She's got a new one again last week, right? So 3 years, every 3 years, I get a new car. She's got a new one. And she keeps telling me, I like that car, man. I said, no, I got a brand new car. But before I did it, a week before that, right, because the lease was about over. And she got, I can't go into details, but she got a check engine light. So, man, remember, this car was 2 years old. Beautiful car. And I tell you, it's a beautiful car. It's pretty much on the level of BMW, but not quite. Right? And it turns out, man, because the car was in the garage, all the oil had leaked out. So how did that happen? I haven't seen that in the car. Like, I think she had an 18-month lease on this one. And it's brand new, still car virtually brand new, probably what, maybe 10,000 miles on it. It doesn't happen by itself. Because she went away. I told you she was away for a while, left me alone. And they had the car in the garage. See? No, it was outside for a while, not put in the garage, but outside. There was no leak. So we said, somebody did this. Somebody had to do it. I said, like I said about that water thing, that thing, I know good and well. Somebody said, is there ghosts around here or something? And even because they told her on driving, she had to have it told. And everybody, They couldn't understand that that should happen by itself. Out of nowhere. Right? So I'm just giving you ideas, two things I'm telling you. And a lot of things, a lot more. But I'm giving you understand phenomena unless it's happening in your life, because it will happen in your life. Because all this reality is going to fail. Why? Because you're leaving it. If you leave the first floor, who's going to take care of it? It's going to be dust, it's going to be roaches, it's going to be everything else, because you ain't there to clean up no more. Because it was taking care of it, it was clean and everything else, because you was doing it. But now you move to the second floor, you get dust and stuff start rotting and everything else, because you ain't there anymore, because you moved to. But if you want to keep that clean, then you got to stay on the first floor. Maybe that's simple enough for you to understand, brothers and sisters. And so I say, man, oh man, look, I'm moving to a second floor, man. I'm between the second and first floor, right? Man, look, man. All of a sudden, the television down there is working down there, and the food is getting rotten and getting dust all over the place. Yeah, because you ain't there to do it no more. So if you're going back down there to do it, then you're never going to be on the second floor. I don't know if that. This more about this gospel teaching all the world, so they can do what they want to do. It's going to happen. And I'm talking about. I'm thinking this month, brothers. I mean, I'm all in on that one. Unless I misread, it said what happened in September. So what happened in September? You talking about October? I don't think so. And even the devil was saying, this is going to happen any day now. And they said, this probably could trigger Armageddon. That's what they're talking about. Look, if they can see it, Let me get out the way, brothers, on this. I'm going to recap something I did yesterday, right? Let me move myself out the way. I'm just close myself. I'm just take myself out. Oops, that's my one. Okay, so you can see. Okay, I hope you see that. I was away yesterday. Then I heard one saint speaking, and I probably misspoke on a couple of things too. I realized it. I heard one saint speaking, and another saint said unto that certain saint which spake, how long should be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice? Now, there's a difference between this daily sacrifice and I'm going to show you in a minute. The daily sacrifice is our daily sacrifice of the Holocaust. We didn't want to make the sacrifice. That was we didn't want to make the sacrifice. Being concerning the daily, that means it's telling you to still happen during the time of our sacrifice. Our sacrifice ended in 2020. 1619 to 2019, 2020, our sacrifice ends. It's over. Right? Okay. Understand? 1619, it was 40 years, 1619 to 2019. I mean, 2019, right? So, but you got to understand how scriptures, the cutoff is, for them, the first year is in March, beginning of spring. In fact, that was universal. And how you know that? Okay, let's look at Latin, for instance, where Spanish came from. Spanish, to some extent French, and to some extent German too. It's from the Latin language, Latin root, right? Which, and Italian is close to it than the rest of them. See, Italian is close to Latin, right? Then the rest of them, because it's almost identical. And then Spanish is close to English. Well, English is not. English is something else altogether. So in Latin, right, you got numbers. Unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. That's 10. And I say 11 and 12, right? Uno is 1, dos, 2, tres, unos, dos, tres, cuatro, 4, cinco, 5, seis, 6, siete, 7, ocho, 8, nueve, 9, and diez, 10. You got that? Okay. Now, if you go September, October, November, December. September, October, November, December. September 7, October 8, November 9, December 10. Yeah, see what I'm saying? That's it. Because that's was the numbers, because September was the 7th month. October was the 8th month. November was the 9th month, and December was the 10th month, which would make January the 11th, February the 12th, and March the 1st. You get it? That's where it was. Now, how did it get changed? Because the Romans changed it, now made it Latin, right? Because the emperor wanted to have put his stamp on it. So they had an emperor named Janus, right? His birthday was in what we call January now, which would have been the 11th month. But since he said, okay, we're going to make it the first month, because it's honoring him, because he wanted to be like a god. Then you had Augustus. You see? That's how those names came. So they changed the calendar. It says the scripture tell they would change it. So, because before that, right? March would be, because if March the 1st, right? That'd be uno, March, April, uno, dos, May, tres, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, I'm saying all wrong now. Uno, dos, tres. Now I can't, I forgot to count now. Oh, you got the message. But that will put September, which is uno, dos. Oh no, I said it right. Oh, I guess I get it one time or two. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. So if March is the 1st, uno, dos, April, tres, May, cuatro, July, cinco, right, would be August, seis, that'd be 7th month, September. So September would be the Sabbath. We're talking about Sabbath, my September. They say pray you won't be on the Sabbath. That's why I said when the abomination take place, it wouldn't be in September. September, it was talking about peace and safety. October is when, okay. Hope you got that, brothers and sisters. Do your own, do it on your own. You see what I'm talking about. See, because it's not, the Romans changed it. But what I'm saying is March was always the 1st of the month. That was universal, because that's the first day of spring. See? That's the first, that's spring season, and that's the first of the year. Okay. Concerning daily sacrifice, that's our what's happened during our sacrifice. So it happened sometime between 1619 and 2019. This vision is happened during that time. And the transgression, so in other words, concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of desolation. Okay? So who's the transgressor? Who's the transgressors? False Israel. And what did it cause? Desolation. So from that point to that, right? That's what we're talking about, that range. To give both the sanctuary and the host during that time, the sanctuary, right? But Jerusalem, we can figure it out. And the host, the people, the Palestinians, right? They be trodden underfoot. So you're talking about, okay, during the daily sacrifice, that means it'll be during the time of while I was still in the Holocaust, which goes from 1619 to 2019, right? Keep that in mind. And transgression desolation, that means false Israel, right? Set up, right? To give both sanctuary and host be tried for. So that that's how long from the time they're set up. See, so we know it wouldn't happen after that, after 2020, because it happened before that. That's what we're talking about daily sacrifice. Because that's talking about us, right? Tried underfoot. And he says that would be 2,300 days. Then shall the sanctuary be clean. So in other words, the sanctuary, that place, was filthy because of transgressors. It was called desolation. So it will take 76 years, it will take 2,300 days to get rid of, to clean that place out. You understand? So let me look at it, let's say it again here. You got transgression of desolate. Who's the transgressors? See? They're the ones that kept the reason why the place is unclean. See? It'll be down before 2020 because it's still during time of sacrifice. During time of sacrifice. Right? And transgression of desolation. So these transgressors, they was called desolation. See? And they would be trodden. They have control of the land and the people. They're underfoot, on their foot. Both the sanctuary and the host be trodden on the foot. So it's not their land. They got, right? You understand? And then it'll be clean. Okay, let's look at this. These days. Now, May 14, 1948 is when false Israel was set up. Now, I'm not talking details how and why, right? I'm just going to go to rehash what I did yesterday. So if you divide 2,300 by 30, remember 30 days every month, right? Then you get 76.6 months, which we know from the angel, when they say months, they're really talking about years. So it'll be 76.6 years. This will be happening. 76.6, let's go back here. Understand? How long it'll be trodden underfoot. Right? It would happen during time of sacrifice, it would happen before 2020, right? And transgression and desolation, the transgressors, right? It's called desolation. They'll be tried in the sanctuary, which was Israel, of Jerusalem, and the Palestinians. They'll be controlling them for that many days. And then they'll be overthrown, kicked out, cleaned up, sanctuary be cleaned up, Palestine will be cleaned up of all the transgressors. Right? Synagogue said be kicked out, be clean, they'll be gone. But for 2,300 days, they're going to be there and they're going to be trodden down, the Palestinians in the land. They're calling desolation to the land. They're calling desolation to it. And that same thing. So if you go from 1948 to 2024, you got 76 years. So that if you use May, then the May 14th, that'd be 76 years. But if you go by the March time, right? Like I said, it's first of the year. Then in March of 2024, right? That'd be 76 years. And you March of this year, right? And then you say, but that's 6 point. So you got an approximation here. So that's about 6, maybe 5, whatever, right? But it's approximation. That's why it says only match by 100, though, because the approximation, you can't lock it down, right? So if you go by that, if you go by March, right? See, because this is the first month, but from our calendar, it's the third month, January, February, March, right? Add 6 to that. So March, April, May, June, July, August. Or wait a minute, March to April, to May, to June, July, August, September. Let me say it again. March to April, to May, to June, July, August, September. That means October, something October, November. Right? This year. Depends how you look at it. So I'm looking at it from the point where it says March, April, May, June, July, September. So by September, be clean. That means this month, they're going to be defeated. See, I want to go with that one. Otherwise, you're saying it's going to be peace in September. I ain't buying that one. You understand? So they say March, remember? Yeah, 6 to that. March, April, May, June, July, August. That's it, right? March, April, May, June, July, August. Yeah. We know how you cut it. If you say March to April, May, June, July, August, September, right? Either way, it comes out. They'll be cleaning in September, October, October last month, will be cleaned out by September. Anyway, it's in this time frame because you can't lock down because that's approximation at 6 there. See, I'm just saying October, November, so that's November there. But if you calculate it, because that approximation throws you, then plus, are you going by the beginning of the year or are you going by the 14th? May 14th. That's why it says nobody knows Master Muhammad. He can't know the exact time because he's the one that's going to go to war with his angels. See? So I said, okay, March, April, May, June, July, August. It's clean. By September, it's clean. Yeah. Because when this war starts, they finish. And even white folks are saying that. They're saying if they go to war, this was finished. Even they're saying it. Okay, you got that one? That's what that means. Okay, let's go to the next one. Abomination of desolation. So remember, the first one says that they will have control of Jerusalem for 76.6 years. They will be trodden underfoot. So that means they'll be oppressing those people in the land for 76.6 years. Starting in 1948, which would put them up to this year. And then they will be defeated and wiped, they cleaned out. Because they're the desolation, they're abomination. So, if you want to clean that place out, let's look at this one. And from the time the dead is, this is what I mentioned yesterday, the sacrifice is taken away. Other than this mentioned sacrifice, the other sacrifice. But it says this time when it's taken away, that means sacrifice over. When is it over? 2020. It's over. Went from the 1619, 2019, 2020 is over. Sacrifice over. So that's how you know the time right there. And then it said at that time, the abomination and from that time, 2020, right? When the sacrifice is over, the sacrifice is over, the abomination that makes desolate set up. See? So they start the abomination of desolation at that time. See? Now let's look at this again. The abomination that makes desolation set up. That abomination, they're the ones making desolate. Now see how they read it the other way. See, I don't think I made that clear yesterday. Because it says, the transgression of desolation. Don't call them abomination, it's they're the transgressors cause desolation. Right? But here they refer to it this way. Right? Abomination. They're abomination. Right? They're the ones that make it desolate. They're set up. Right? Okay, so, and that's what's going on right now. See? So it says, so we stay, when was the sacrifice stopped? It stopped in 2020. So from there, until the abomination make it desolate set up, the abomination, that's going on right now, when that starts, shall be 1,290 days. See? Forget about that second part. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Verse 12. I left it there. But we're just talking about this part, right? So it says, so from the time from 2020, some period 2020, it will be 2,009 days, and then this abomination will be, that caused desolation, will begin. It's set up, because if it's set up, it means it's starting, right? So what you got here? 1,290, that's 43 months. Remember, 4 months years, that comes to 3.6 years, approximation again, 3.6 years. Okay, so 2020, if we said the first birth again is March, right? Okay, so we say that's the end of end of our sacrifice, end of abomination, end of Holocaust, and then you add 3.6 or 3.7 months. See, I just put 7 because that's approximation. Could be 6, be almost 7. It's approximation. So I say 3. So if you put that together and you say this 23, that'd be March. You had 3 years plus 7. What are you going to get? you're going to get 2023. Then again, March to April, May, March to April, May, June, July, August, September, October. And that's when the abomination started. October 23. And like I said yesterday, those numbers, they're part of Daniel. I stayed away from there for years. Because it gave me a major headache. I just could not figure it out. It gave me a major headache. And part of the reason because I had no certain other things I didn't know yet at the time. And once I smoked it, then I was able to do this. So you got two things here. It says one, right? You have two things here. It says when, there's two things going on here. What you got here is how long false Israel is going to have control of the Middle East over there until they're defeated and the place is cleaned up, they're thrown out. And that tells you right there. It says that would happen this year, and based on my calculation, August this month. Then they lose control, they defeat it. This time, like I said, this is future news, brothers and sisters. So that's what I'm telling you. How many days left this month? I'm putting it out there. I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying it's just, I'm not going October, November. I'm not going that one. Could be. But I put it there because you can come up with that too. Right? But you probably can say, maybe it happened during that time. But I'm not gonna say sure it won't happen in September. I don't think it's going. I think it's this month. That's my calculation. And then you got here how long would be from the time that our cost ended in 2020, 2019, where 2020 would be, right? Until the time where we see right now that one I've been talking about for years, one heaven, it says would be 2,009 days, which would put you exactly when that war started over there. Abomination. Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's what it's saying here. How long before the time, see, here it says, still sacrifice. He says was taken away. We're not sacrifice is gone. Sacrifice we had to make will end it. Right? 2019 or 2020, we're free of it. And from that point until abomination made desolation, in other words, October 7th happened. 2023. Right? There it is, brothers and sisters. And Pops, and this is really future news. Because what this tells you is, that's the second part down here. Blessed he that waiteth come to the 1,330 days. And this, I'm saying, is contiguous. That's the word I couldn't think of yesterday, right? Right? No, it's not good. Should I say contiguous? Consecutive. Right? So it's when that then you got 1,335 more days, right? Instead of concurrent. Concurrent means their starting point will be the same time. Consecutive means their starting point begins where other one ends. So if you take that point of view, right, that comes out to 44.5 months or 3.7 years. So from October 23, right? Right, that's what we're talking about. That's the end of the last one, right? And you ask people, that puts a 2026 plus something. So that means, because there's another war coming after Armageddon, the goat and all that stuff. That final war, they say we dwell home at peace, then we get attacked, right? And that's the final war. And so that would take place in 2026, and then everlasting peace. Okay, let's talk about this now. Close out, brothers and sisters. Where we at here? Okay. If you walk in dark and see the great light, this is about to happen, brothers and sisters. It says they come to Suleiman. So they saw him and they come running to him. So because they was with him. So if they was with him, there was some presenting. Because man, you see right now, and why? Don't listen to them. So in other words, they already. You can tell somebody not listen to somebody that they're not listening to, right? Right? I mean, that makes sense. So you got Ben and X and all that confusion. Remember, that the one I told you about the other day, that said some of those people work for the government. Because it was an FBI thing I told you. Right? It says they got ministers that work for the government. It says right there, but they blanked it out. They didn't want you to know who they were. But the whole point was, their point was to distract us, to turn us away from Elijah Muhammad, away from the God, curses basically, right? And that's exactly what Farrakhan is doing. That's what the rest of them are doing. The so-called guy who was Southern man, he got American flag in there and all this stuff. Anyway, this was happening. Those said in dark seen a great light. That's that great light I'm telling you about. It's about to happen. It's going to illuminate you, inform you. It's going to burn their ass just like the sun. The sun provides light, but it's also burn their ass, don't it? Sunburn. And then this time, see, I'm not going. This is too complicated, brothers. But this is as a time frame here. See, that time and a half. That to me, that was really a difficult one. Because that you can't decipher that in Daniel, because they have a similar same thing in Angel, and they don't define it either because they two match together, and you have to configure what it means, connect it, and they talk about that's the time that unity collapse America and Europe. And I'm not going any further with that, brothers and sisters. But it says, who can make war with the beasts? Only the Lamb can make war with the beasts. See, you have prophets and messengers praying to be here this day because they wanted to go to war. They wanted to be warriors. See? Praying to say, wish they could see this day. Say, wish they could see Suleiman. Was he going to war with the beast alone? Elijah Muhammad would toe with him. Right? He didn't take out the beast, but he gave him a bloody nose. He didn't back down. Right? So Master Muhammad said, let me take before you mess around. Get us messed up over here, but they came after him. They was really coming after him because they was plotting against him. Farrakhan and Bob was plotting against him. How do you know what the plots are? Who takes control once the plot is hatched? I mean, that's pretty simple, ain't it? I mean, why are you going to plot something and then and give it to somebody else? So Farrakhan was the one was plotting against. It says where he's plotting against them. See, so Master Muhammad said, "They just pull him out." Let him have it. But Suleiman, he got all that weight on his shoulders. Okay? So he's got to make war with the beast alone. Who can make war with the beast? Who can He can have go more to it. He can go full-scale battle. And I had a vision when I was a child. This is another one. I was in like a basketball court. You know how big basketball courts, right? And there was this like a dinosaur. And it was big. It was about 10 times big as a war whale, about 10 times big as an elephant. I mean, it took up almost the whole damn court. It was tall. It was higher than the basket, right? That's how big it was. It was just sitting there. It was sitting on all fours, right? See? And it was made of solid steel. And I was in the room with this thing, me alone with it. And I had something like a toothpick or like a loose twig. Right? And there was no doors. That thing kept looking at me like it wanted to eat me. Oh man, I hate that vision. Ooh. Because, I don't know if you pick up on that, brothers, but that shook me. I said, man, because I got no place to run. This thing me outside. All I got is a twig, and I got to go battle with this thing. Ain't no way he got in there. I said it was bigger than the court almost, bigger than a whale, and just me sitting there. I told you I didn't like a lot of What does that mean? Who can make war with the lamb? I mean, I didn't like that dream. I said, but I don't think I was. I don't know if I was afraid of anything. I know it had some kind of emotional content. I didn't run. It was no place to run to. I was just there, and it went away. So it didn't tell what happened. Whether I guess it didn't eat me. But I had a vision like that. And I told you, I didn't like them because none of them was good. And I shared something with you that I've never shared with anybody before, right? Because I keep saying the bad side of it. And I had a couple of visions of what happened afterwards. I'm going to tell you about one of them. I was sitting on the cloud. I mean, up on the cloud. I was sitting there. Like somebody like, sit those, yoga or something, right? How they sit with, what do they call that? Legs crossed and all that stuff. And I was sitting there. I was like muscled down like the Hulk. I mean, I was muscled down, man. Right? I was like laying there, the sun was just shining on me, like it was really bright, like lit up. I was laying back, I was mellow. What does that mean? I had a whole bunch of stuff when I was a child. I had that one. I was just laying sitting on that cloud. How you sit on the cloud? I'm falling through. I was just sitting there, mellow. Just sitting there. Sun was shining. It wasn't burning me. It just let me lit up. I was just sitting there in the sky, in the air, way up in the air, sitting there. And like I said, I wasn't distorted, muscle down like the Hulk, right? But I was muscle down. I mean, I was mellow, I was strong, I was handsome. Yeah, I don't know the wellness. That's one of my head. But this times and a half, brothers and sisters, that's verse 2. And I'm not going to, I have done a presentation on this. The time of total economic collapse, when the war has reached its conclusion, when false Israel, Gog and Magog, Antichrist, right? False is right. Is cast down. A total economic collapse. Okay, let me close out with Messenger Covenant. When sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, a great dawn, and horror, that's the Holocaust. A great darkness fell upon him. He said to Abram, why only time you don't, in Abraham, in angel, I mean, in Quran, Abraham else was called Abraham. Here just Abraham, because the Ham's part, because that's the part they call us Ham. In the sealed Bible with Ham, they're the ones that's his seed is going to be separated. That's why they call it Abram right there. I know you missed that one because that's what we're talking about. His seed, the ones they call, that's a big hint. The ones they call a Ham is a seed. The ones they be calling Ham will be Abraham's true seed. Abraham. Abram. That's why he did that. It's very subtle. That's how you know. Because that's how his seed. So the ones they call Ham, that's us. They call us Ham. That's what the Christian they call us Ham. They say we the ones cursed to be slaves forever, right? And we was enslaved because they was using that as it. They said that would happen, and that tells you that's how one way you know that we're the true seed, right? Because that's the one we identify as Ham in the sealed Bible. No, it's sure that seed should be a strange land that is not there and serve them as you afflicted 40 years. So the 40 years ended to 2019. That means you were still a slave. You working at Burger King, we're still slaves. It tells you right there. It wouldn't end until then. But they tell you you're an employee. Right? You got a car. That 9% of that car is used for what? Get back and forth to work. They should be paying you. They should pay for the car. Anyway, and also in that nation, they should assert, I would judge, means the judgment will come in 2020. After so, I would judge. See, who's the judge? And after they'll come out with grace substance. So judgment will take place. That's what's going on right now. And they're going to have grace. That means you're rich right now, but they're controlling it. So like I asked the question to begin with, if you're rich, why aren't you rich? If you're rich, why aren't you rich? Think about that. It'll be the fourth generation. That's what it's right now, 40 years. And same day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram again. saying, until I see I've given this land from the river of Egypt, it's a great river phrase. That's Arabia. Look on the map. That's Arabia. Pharaoh said, we ain't going nowhere. That means he's called God a liar right there. He's called God a liar. He said, we ain't going nowhere. God said, he said, you ain't. He's called God a liar right there. Behold, I sent, they say, Elijah's last messenger. Behold, I sent a messenger. You paid away before me, and the Lord who you seek, let me see, shall suddenly, that means there's another messenger. The messenger of the covenant. Or Elijah turned, he's the nation of Islam. It's all the Christ. That's all bullshit. Elijah Muhammad never said stuff like that about himself. But then, remember, this is what they used to prove that Elijah is the messenger. And this is the same verse. It's not even a different verse. It's the same verse. So I can not talk about this one. You never even talk about this one. And he will come after. He had to clean up. He come after Aaron. That's Joshua. Joshua also, same name, Jesus. The way you say Joshua in Greek is Jesus. He'll come after Aaron, who had turned people against God and against the messenger. What did Aaron do in Elijah's presence, in Elijah's absence? See, that's the one you're lying in, but that's what he's seeking. Why he's seeking? Because you don't know where he is. When you're seeking something, that means you don't know where it is yet. See? So that means they're seeking this message. That's what they say. Go with the Lord. They're seeking this, don't know who he is. He said, well, is that him? Could that be him? Oh no, it got to be Ben X. It's got to be Silas. See, that's all distractions. So they're seeking. When you're seeking, you don't know where it is. But you know what you want, you just don't know where it is. Oh, God, this is beautiful. You pay attention. Oh, I was saying Elijah, before the coming great day, terrible Lord, you turn the hearts of fathers to the children heart. See, for all I bring complete destruction. He's trying to turn you back to the master. Oh, we should love master. We should get along master. No, he said, you better get your heart back to your own people. And then this robber. He says, who's robbing God? It ain't Elijah. It ain't me. Master Muhammad. It's Farrakhan. He's got rich. How you get rich? You don't have no job anywhere. He ain't produced a goddamn thing in 42 years. He's the one who's cursed. He's the one who got eunuch. Disemboweled. His balls in his jar. If that's not a curse, what is it? And it says, it makes it clear, it says, you robbed the whole nation. Talking about a nation. He robbed this nation. He ain't talking about America. Okay, I'm going to close out, brothers and sisters. Okay, brothers and sisters, hope you understand. So see how long for they cancel this down to a matter. Because like I said, my call is right. Right? They're gonna be shut down in a minute. YouTube, Facebook, all they can be shut down in a minute. So shut me down. You'll see me crying about it. Right? Because this truth will be out there. You cannot stop this truth. You understand how pressure works, you cannot stop it. It's getting hotter, hotter, hotter every day. Think how it was beginning of the year. Is it hotter now it was? Think how it was last year. Is it hotter now? Think how it was last week. Is it hotter now? So at some point it's going to boil, ain't it? It's about to boil. We're at the boiling point now. It's getting hotter every day. I told you it's not going to cool down. Like I told you, they wouldn't go back to JCPOA. It's not good. It's getting hotter and hotter. That means the collisions are more violent. So now look how violence over in Britain. They're actually attacking black people wholesale. Right? And you're going to see stuff over here you never thought of. Understand, brothers and sisters? I'll leave it there.